Welcome back to the Myth Machine channel and Delta Green puppet shows and shadow plays. Who knows why this case file is so named? We'll have to find out sooner or later. This is Delta Green, which is a cosmic horror game about the end of everything, particularly your agent's sanity and physical health. Don't know which one will go down quicker first, but audiences should be warned that it is therefore rated R, and R as in not rock and roll. Horrible murders, deeply traumatized victims, witnesses, and agents. PTSD will ensue sooner or later. I am Mikael Hellström, and all communications here, of course, will go through the chat if you're talking to ACEL, being me, and the rest of the players. We don't know what cell they are yet. They don't know what cell they are yet. They don't know what a cell is. That's for me to know, and any Delta Green fans out there to know as well. But it might be revealed sooner or later. And who is with us today?
Darian playing Brian Fenson.
I am Harper. I play Bryony Talbot.
She has a forklift. It's a backhoe, really, though.
Yeah. Doesn't stop me, though.
This is true.
I'll just go next. Hello, I'm Briar, and I'm playing Dr. Alex Blair.
And I'm Carol. I'm playing Bridget DeLuca, current computer gremlin.
Yes. You did lots of computer gremlining last time when the player wasn't around, unfortunately. But Bridget did all the computering and sent lots of emails, and also found out a bunch of stuff that we've uploaded to the base, the database, your mission briefings and all. Last time was intense. It started with a group of agents in ducking because they had been ambushed from the sacred cave. After having navigated that with bullets flying back and forth, they managed to finally, it was very quiet there for a while, get into the sacred cave and found a gruesome site consisted of lots of human remains. Lots of those human remains completely skeletal too. And backpack and a sand painting of a Middle Eastern man, vaguely handsome, had some kind of charisma around him. And weird rock, which all has been impounded into evidence. Of course, the local community has been very much shocked by this development. All their spiritual leaders killed at once, basically. And there was lots of speculation about what this weird rock could be and who might have done this, because you did manage to lift the fingerprints from the bones and establish a timeline for how long they had been dead and so on and so forth. It was grisly. These were people who were killed slowly over 3 weeks and eaten, basically, judging by the knife marks on the bones and all. You were trying very hard to open the rock with various tools, including screaming at it, which was an unexpected turn of events. I don't think I've ever seen a group of players do that before. But every new idea is good, except the bad ones. Unfortunately, it did not solve the rock opening conundrum. And there was Dr. Blair had a nightmare where she saw a coyote laughing maniacally at her. And then there was knocks on doors, an attack on the San Carlos police station, 3 officers dead, grisly scene. Their faces had been removed, they were posed, none of them fired their sidearms. The strange rock was gone from the evidence locker. Running out to the community, knocking doors to establish any witnesses, revealed basically nothing, except some of the community members heard the cries of a coyote during the night. It was apparently ignored. And, of course, Fenton was on the phone talking to State Patrol and Hobson and basically everyone, and he was basically saying, send everyone, I believe. Right, Fenton?
More or less.
Yeah, more or less. And everyone are starting to arrive this morning. I've updated the map here a bit. We have helicopters, we have various other state patrols like marshals, highway state patrol, we have tribal police from neighboring communities as well. We have 180 volunteers and 10 extra FBI agents. And it is 7:30 in the morning. Some of you are better rested than others. And it's time to organize a manhunt because you did get the results from the fingerprints in from the national database. Turns out that your suspect is one Emmanuel Santana, Master Sergeant, AWOL, and he is apparently had experience as a wet work operative at the highest level in Vietnam. Basically, he is a combination between Rambo and a ninja or something. Highly skilled at staying hidden, highly skilled at doing assassinations, and this is the guy you're up against. I think some pieces of the puzzle fell into place about, how hard it has been to find any tracks from any of the crime sites, for example.
Have we brought up that it's been, 20 years since he went AWOL?
Yep. Yeah, it's been 20-some years, so he would be in his mid-40s by now, yeah.
So he was just, hanging out and then decided murder spree?
That's what
And
Mangas
cannibalism?
Colorados has such a problem with. Mangas can tell you that, and I was a young man when he, shall we say, left his old life behind, and we had federal agencies down here and looking for him, and he knows this country like the back of his hand. It was not very hard for him to evade. And I know that he's been living up in the Gila Mountains ever since. He's been a kind old hermit. Whenever anybody met him, he's been nice, helped them, the shirt off his back, but other than that, people mostly didn't see much of him. He kept to himself and stayed up in the mountains.
Not a psychologist, but most people don't go from kindly old hermit to eating fingers and
No, I
filleting
don't
people.
understand it, he says.
Here's what I don't get. We only found his fingerprints on the bones. What if he was going in there to check things out like we were? He is also a ex-federal agent. Is it possible that he also sensed that something strange was going on in his community and he wanted to help put a stop to it?
All I gotta say is, when I went into my hotel room and you guys went off into the desert, we thought it was gonna be Houston guy's wife. Now you come back and it's kindly old hermit man.
Listen here, says Frank Garrett, who is also around. Look at the situation here. Look at how this is developed. Do you really think some kindly younger middle-aged housewife from Texas is behind all this stuff? This explains why we couldn't find any tracks at any of the locations. Van Olsen's, Troutner, Ollenberg, any of them. This guy is an expert at escape and evade. He has exactly the kind of skill set needed to do all these things. I can't imagine it not being him. All due respect to you, Chief Colorados. I understand that this has been a great hit to your community and emotions are fresh and everything, but Seriously, folks, how could it be anyone but this guy?
We
Do you have a
assume
better
innocent
alternative for a
until-
suspect? Do you?
In this country, we assume innocent until proven guilty. I expect you to stick to that. Understand?
Yeah, if you run into this guy and he's standing there twiddling his thumbs, don't shoot him until he, like, does something.
Now, all we know
Garrett
is that his
is gonna
fingerprints
look
are on bones.
very
If you-
grumpy at both of you.
Sorry.
And he's not saying anything, but he's thinking it.
Oh my god.
He's gonna shoot him.
No, you can't. Speaking of innocent until proven guilty.
He's gonna go up to the Gila Mountains and shoot this man in his bed.
Yeah, so Garrett is gonna be like quiet and grumpy because by now, of course, this early in the morning, the case has officially moved away because Santana is a federal fugitive, moved away from the state patrol and the tribal police. You are no longer assisting them and liaising between them. You are now in charge of the case, and Garrett, as much as he might not like it, he might be of two minds of it. We can do a dissection of Garrett's mind later. Point is, he's gonna be...
Let's not dissect his mind. Let's keep his mind inside of his head. There's been enough open heads today.
That's a fair point. So, the question is then, what do we want to do with all the stuff? The helicopters... I don't have a spotting plane here. We can use another helicopter as a symbol for the... You guys are planning this. You are the organizers of this. I think Garrett's final word is going to be, if you find a better suspect, I'm going to be surprised. That's all he mutters. That's all he mutters.
Either way, we need to go to the guy's place. He's a federal fugitive.
Yeah.
His fingerprints are on the scene.
We need to get there before anyone else does, especially anybody who's on the state patrol officer's side. I suggest that we go there with Colorados.
We can take the marshals and take the helicopters and fly up over there.
Yeah, but he's probably going to be a bit more confrontational if we roll up to his house with a helicopter. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
He's going to be confrontational either way because he's a federal fugitive.
But also, he's going to be a lot more confrontational if we bring a helicopter. Kind of. Yeah. Do we want the chance to speak with him, or... Yeah.
Otherwise, it's going to be another hike, I believe.
I'm on the take it.
And it's possible he was the one that was shooting at us when we went to the sacred cave.
Oh, he likely was.
I would like to sidle our group away from Colorado and Garrett.
Fair enough.
Very casual. Excuse me. Just gonna move over here.
Could you give us a minute, gentlemen? And they will be like, yeah.
What if Santana's the coyote who's fighting the... Have we decided it's an alien?
Yes.
Well,
What
at
if
least one of
he's
the creatures,
coyote?
probably.
And it would make sense, because, hear me out. Everything we've heard about Santana points at the likelihood that he is also trying to find whatever this is that has started killing people in and around his community.
So-
He is skilled at killing, I won't deny that, but we don't really have any evidence that he's the one who did the killing. Do you think if he was cutting flesh off of people's bones, we would have clean fingerprints? Back me up on this, Doctor, but that's a wet process.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we would have found his fingerprints everywhere else if he was actually the one behind this.
In all the emails I sent, did we get an answer on if the other people who committed seppuku had the other people who we thought might have had monsters inside of them had incisions on their chest from roughly 7 to 10 days before they died?
The evidence doesn't say. I don't think they were looking for that, actually. You will only find answers to the questions that you're asking in police work.
I specifically said I was sending emails about that.
You did, yeah.
When I
and
said I
and
was
they don't
staying
have
in the
that in their
room.
files. They don't have what? No, yeah,
Rude.
yeah. I know. The material from the other PDs is basically this stuff. Some of it you already had.
All right.
It'd be better
Okay.
served. Sorry.
Should we, just as a precaution, before we go out into the desert with anybody, with an excuse to have them undo the top couple buttons of their shirt
What?
and make sure there's not an incision in their chest?
Oh, that. That
Yeah,
would be a
play with
very
that.
weird thing to ask about, for sure.
Yeah.
Could
Right
be an HR
now,
complaint.
all the people who can, which is like all the official law enforcement agents, that's like state troopers, the few remaining deputies from the Apache police, we're talking 6 out of the 9 who started when you came here, other tribal police, there's 50 of them, your FBI agents, everybody who can get access to it's gonna wear a Kevlar vest, because nobody's taking any chances with this one.
If you're that worried about it, we can just travel with the marshals or FBI agents that are from out of town they're just now coming in, so they're 100% not a concern.
I'm
Fair
just
enough.
saying, if we're out in the middle of the desert and we turn around and Colorado starts trying to chew my face off,
Mm-hmm.
and in the struggle, his shirt gets ripped open and I see he's got a big old chest incision, I'm gonna be mad.
Yeah. Colorado's was pretty messed up from what he saw. I don't think he's anything to worry about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was not on duty
Just-
overnight at the station,
Also,
allegedly.
was there a cause of death for
the-
those?
Oh, they
people?
haven't had the time to do a complete autopsy yet. The scene was so wet, and poor doctor, man, the medical
Like, no,
examiner for
like,
this case
Obvious, other than face
yeah,
skinning.
yeah, obviously Dr. Gutierrez will have to go through 3 more autopsies. This is gonna be, so how many autopsies has he been doing since you arrived again?
Nothing but autopsies.
It's 24 sheep, 4 Big A family members, 1 Mr. Braverman, now, 4 victims in the secret cave, and now 3 police deputies. He is a bit overworked at this stage.
He does
I'm not
autopsy.
done with... Yeah.
He gets sandwich. He do new autopsy.
Yes, but that's gonna take a while. He's really? Really? Even more?
Did you say last week something else was happening? I thought I remember you saying something else about the secret cave again before we ended last week. Was there something else going on in the secret cave?
No, that was Dr. Blair's nightmare.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, you're right.
I think, though, we should try to approach Santana as an ally. Think about it. Could his fingerprints on the what's the word? Bones be a sign that he was simply looking at them? And think about it. He went AWOL after serving in Vietnam. That war is not known for being kind to the people who served in it. Maybe he left just because he didn't sign up for all of this to hurt people. Maybe he just wanted to help, and that seems to be what he's doing. Wouldn't it make more sense that that's what he's trying to do now?
Regardless, when we meet Santana, within the first 5 minutes, we check his chest.
Fair. But I don't
Yeah.
think we should go up there with any marshals or deputies or helicopters. I think we should just go up there with us and Colorados. I think that's our best bet.
Is this referring to Santanas cave right now? Where he
Oh, yeah.
he typically lives? Which is suspiciously between the Sacred Cave and the Big A Ranch. But if he is the coyote that you're speculating here, then he definitely has access to howl and dig at both of those locations. And he's not too far away from the Braverman car either, right? So
It is important to note, though, even we're approaching Santana, he said he didn't just go AWOL. He's a federal fugitive wanted by some people very high up above us.
oh yeah, oh
And
absolutely.
he's also considered extremely dangerous.
And why would that be? What did they have him do?
Don't know. It was CIA stuff.
Also,
Maybe want to look up-
Regardless, we are federal law enforcement. We have a duty as well.
have
Is our
you
duty to
met
help people?
people
upkeep
who are
this-
above us in the federal agency?
Yeah, but regardless if he is the perpetrator of these crimes, just as a matter of law, you would all know this. Regardless if he's the perpetrator of these crimes or not, if he is found, he is any U.S. federal law enforcement agent or local law enforcement agent is duty bound to arrest him and bring him back to the proper authorities to face a trial for going AWOL, even though it's 25 some years ago. Not
That's
quite
why
22 or whatever.
That's why the marshals and the FBI agents are all here. It's
Yep.
because of this guy.
Yep.
Say we have the helicopters and all them on a 2-hour like hold. We go with Colorado, try to talk to this guy. If he's a magic coyote man, maybe we don't arrest him.
It's good.
Also,
If he-
again,
If he's shifty or he has a chest wound, we arrest him.
and let's keep in mind too that if he is the guy at the cave that shot at us, he nearly killed one of the deputies and tried to kill the rest of us.
Yeah, the deputy was pretty lucky escaping that one with his head intact.
We need to keep in mind this guy can be extremely dangerous and not necessarily go in there expecting him to be a friend.
Exactly. He knows that he's wanted, so when he sees us walking up with our FBI jackets, he's probably not going to be the kindest, but we at least need to give him that chance.
Yeah.
We need to go to this place regardless, yeah.
On the chance he is a magical alien fighting coyote, we don't arrest him. If he's a magic alien fighting coyote man, he gets a pass on shooting at you guys.
Yeah,
Because he's doing
I'm with
magic
you.
coyote stuff.
I'm with you on this one.
He's a regular human. Maybe we hit him a little.
Politely.
He shot at you, and that was rude.
Can we
Yeah.
reach his place via car, or
Yeah, not easily. I think the easiest option for you is to grab one of the choppers and go up there, and then land
that was-
not too close to not freak him if you want to be nice to him, and then walk the rest of the way. Because it's a good 20 miles or so to get there.
I'll say because he's by the cave and it was quite a hike just to get out there.
Yep. Yeah, it was.
I really don't want to do that again. Bad survival check.
Yeah.
It's still early in the morning. Sun is not blazing from the sky just yet.
Early in the morning, and I'm missing half my health.
Yep. It's great. Oh yeah, you had first aid administered. It went so-and-so, didn't it?
It didn't go.
Yeah. Outside the San Carlos police station right now, Frank Garrett and Colorados, they're standing by the coffee maker right now. Half of the deputies are too. They're looking at a map that has been put up on the wall, basically, of this region. There's a bunch of flags and markers that you could put down on the flag. Outside, there's hundreds, literally hundreds of people right now who want to volunteer and help out with the search. Quite a good portion of these volunteers, probably at least half, have hunting rifles. It's entirely possible that quite a few of them have sidearms as well. All completely legal, of course. And then you have those crowds of other law enforcement agents. Garrett's, state troopers, the marshals, the FBI agents, the other tribal police who've been coming in from the neighboring tribes. They're all waiting for orders from you. You can hear the shouts, "Oh, look at that! There's a van there coming in from Phoenix, no doubt. It's a news van. I'm sure that's going to be great."
I would like to instigate the first rule: no groups of less than 12 people. No matter where you go, I want to see at least 12 people.
It's a very specific number.
Of 4. That may be a bit difficult.
I don't
Yeah.
care.
Not
Well, I mean,
necessarily.
like, if you're, like, in your house, whatever. But if you are doing a search thing, if you are working with us, or if you are individually searching, 12 people. Listen, I don't know how many people whoever is doing these murders can murder without them pulling their guns.
At least
But
3.
it's at least 3. Seems like an obnoxious number to do that to.
I'll
Well,
take it.
you have your work cut out for you how you want to organize these guys. We have now... We have a whole bunch of people here. So you have 20 deputy marshals. So these are like the state marshals. Or U.S. federal marshals, I should say. You have 40 Arizona state troopers. So I guess that makes it easier if I actually just remove that 1 star. So we have 1 star for every 10. 50 tribal police, the 10 FBI agents. I don't have a fun symbol for them because I don't know what kind of symbol we could use for them. And 180 volunteers. So you want to have? Do you want to have them all mixed up as each search team consists of a couple of staff from every single agency, or do we want to have the tribal police looking in this sector, and the marshals looking over there, and the state patrol looking over there, and so on and so forth? How do you want to? How do you want to divide the burdens here?
Mixed up, because as many groups as possible need at least 2 to 3 people who just came to town
Fair enough.
and who are less likely to be filled with evil alien. Are we thinking it's alien worms?
If we're
Good
Like
doing,
that, as need a new set of eyes instead of.
yeah.
How
50
about we
police.
set some people like looking southerly around the other disappearance areas? Hopefully, maybe they'll find more buried treasures.
I can say right now, you also have a couple of helicopters and spotter planes and bloodhounds and all-terrain vehicles and all that sort of thing. You have 300 staff altogether that you can coordinate. That's including the volunteers. So if we're dividing them into groups of 12, that would lead us to about 25 groups that can fan out in literally every or any direction you want them to go.
Say we should send them out in every which direction.
Very well. Everybody's
Cover.
We should keep. We got what, 2 helicopters?
Of course, with 25 groups, you're not going to have FBI and... Yeah, you're not going to have FBI agents to be able to cover all of those groups. And not the deputy marshals either. Maybe there will be some overlap there because the FBI agents and deputy marshals are interested in Santana given his AWOL. So you can make sure that the federal law enforcement agents, at least 1 in every single group. That can work.
Yeah. I think we should keep. You can't put 25 people in a helicopter. We keep enough people to go into one of the second helicopter, to be on standby in case
I'd say you can have like about 6 in
Santana
the
tries
back of
to
the helicopter,
murder us.
maybe.
Or if Santana like flees and we
Well-
like need them to help us track him down.
We could take us and Colorado in one helicopter and then keep a group of marshals in a second helicopter in case we need their help.
Makes sense.
Like we get to Santana's place and he's got a recent chest wound, we call in the other helicopter.
That makes sense. All right, so you are gonna grab one of the helicopters right now from San Carlos, and what is the other helicopter? So we're saying
It
here
might as well-
25 groups are fanning out in a completely circular fashion around all the directions of the compass, basically. On foot, or are we distributing? Are we giving some people? There's not gonna be enough vehicles to cover everyone.
Just mix it up. Some folks on foot, some people could be vehicles, some people horses. We can leave that kind of organization up to the major and the other senior officers for their group.
Very well.
Here's what we do. We put Garrett in charge of staying in town and communicating via radio with as many groups as they can get radios to. That way Garrett is in town and not out in the mountains shooting Santana.
I mean, I assume they'll all have radios and there'll be a command center here in the town.
Yeah, absolutely. They're setting everything up now, and maybe not every volunteer will have a radio, but every single group that is out there will have at least one radio, probably 2 or 3, because if you're gonna have a group of 12 and a couple of them have vehicles to fan out with, then you want to have someone in the group, like a local group command, who can speak to the people with a vehicle and so on and so forth.
Yeah, there'll be a command center here. They'll be coordinating everything.
Exactly.
So,
and I guess that falls to Garrett to coordinate, which is not weird, because Colorado's, as much as he has a lot of experience of these lands, has never managed an operation of this size before, and Garrett is much more likely to have done so as a state patrol major, though he never had quite. It's a new case for everyone. Absolutely.
How likely would it be if we were to accidentally be overheard talking about how we think the person who committed this crime recently had some sort of chest wound, that some poor guy who just had open heart surgery last week is gonna get murdered?
You can say things like that, I think, yeah. Like, this is our theory. A person has recently probably had some. It's gonna probably baffle Garrett and Colorado's, because you've never brought that up before. What is the evidence? How did you leap to that conclusion? Is like the faces they're probably gonna make if you say things like that. But any other law enforcement agent out there has absolutely zero briefing until they got here this morning. So if you tell them that to have a lookout for perp with a chest wound or surgery, recent chest surgery, they will just accept that and go with that, because you know the case, they don't.
I'll also have them briefed too, obviously be on the lookout for the wife is still a suspect. A person of interest.
And you will have her picture as well. Unfortunately, you don't have any good recent pictures of Santana. The most recent thing you have of him is his picture from when he was in uniform in Vietnam. So that's the 20-year-old picture with him having an army buzz cut. That's probably not the hairstyle he still goes with, but that's what you got. Garrett will ask, now that the official orders are going out here to organize all of these people, what about roadblocks? We have our 40 state troopers here. We could easily set up a couple of sturdy roadblocks, say 20 troopers each. Up by, what about, let's see now, how far could he have trekked? You said it was 2 or 3 in the morning. We're getting out to 8, so we're talking 6 hours. If he's on foot, doubt he could have gotten to Globe or Bryce yet. So maybe we set up roadblocks there. Also, for the safety of the general public, we don't want the public to come in here and mess things up and get in the way of the investigation or become targets.
Sounds good.
It's good.
All right, I'll set up the roadblocks and send up spotter helicopters and planes. That way, I guess you have Garrett out of the way. Isn't that nice? Because he's a state patrol officer. He thinks in terms of traffic and major arteries, which might not be a terrible way to think, because if your suspect has access to a vehicle, they could be in the next state by now. Not very likely, because there's not been any reports of any stolen vehicles in San Carlos, which might give you some sense of relief. But, anyway.
Let's
Go
ahead.
I just say, casually, after Garrett starts telling the state troopers to start making the orders for the roadblocks, I would like to just take one of the people who's going to do the roadblock thing, just a little to where Garrett can't hear me.
Yeah, it's one of the constables.
And
yeah, sure. We'll stay there.
Just mention the Houston lady.
Yes, ma'am.
Just be like, oh, she was another potential missing person from a case just before this one. We think she could potentially be in this area.
Ma'am.
Add her to keep an eye out.
Oh, absolutely, ma'am. We'll do that. He has an enormous mustache. Very blonde, too.
Very impressive. I tell him, nice stash.
Thank you, ma'am. He's a little bit baffled.
We can brief the marshal, so I guess the plan is we'll take the 2 helicopters out. We'll land a bit before the house and proceed on foot to try not to spook him. And while they keep a little far back in case anything goes wrong, they can get in quickly or they can see him from air if he tries to flee.
And that second helicopter will have U.S. Marshals, any tribal police?
Yeah. No, let's leave the truck because there's only so many tribal police. I think we should keep the tribal police with the other search teams because they'll know the area well.
Very well, yeah.
We'll have Colorados with us, so that's all we'll need.
Very good, okay. Colorados will go with you.
Another important question. During the
2 rifles.
well, yes, we have. I want a shot. During the helicopter ride, do we bring up to Colorado's that Santana might be a coyote man?
I don't think we do that.
Because
No.
if we get there and Santana is a coyote man, I feel like I don't know if it would be better or worse if Colorado had like a warning.
I think we just cross that bridge when we get there, because having a warning, you just don't think we're crazy if we're telling him he's the coyote spirits.
If he thinks we're crazy before he walks out into the middle of the desert with us, would it be safer if we gave him the opportunity to be like, you people are crazy, I'm staying in the helicopter, as opposed to, I'm stuck in the middle of the mountains in the desert with crazy people, I might become violent.
I think we'll be okay. I don't think he's going to turn violent against us.
Yeah, I think if we tell him, he's just gonna turn the entire helicopter back around and just return us to the FBI. These ones are broken. Please give me new ones.
And again, I don't know. I still think that Santanas was probably the one in the cave shooting at us. It's possible he doesn't have any supernatural powers. It's possible he's a third party to this, separate from the coyote spirit and the alien egg. Because otherwise, he could have just killed us in the cave and been done with it.
If he's a coyote spirit that's trying to stop the alien. It has actively been trying to assist us with our investigation. So I guess, yeah, he probably wouldn't have tried to murder us then.
And
Like-
think about it. If he wanted to kill us, he would have remained in the cave. He wouldn't have fled.
Right.
I think he wanted us to stay away from the cave.
And the
Rather
alien
than-
egg that's going to burst out of an alien that's going to embed itself in somebody's chest. Oh, God.
He did near fatally shoot a deputy though, and we were engaged in a gunfight with him for a while.
That is
He might
true.
have because we
Yeah.
got close enough and he realized he was outgunned.
Yeah, or he didn't realize who was coming and couldn't see that it was who we were.
Plenty of questions. Either way, what we do know factually is that, again, he is a wanted fugitive. He's extremely dangerous. We proceed with as much caution as possible.
Oh,
We don't walk up assuming he's going to be our friend, because he might not be. But when we get there, we can speak with him and see what he knows and what's going on, and go from there.
just so you are all aware, because we work for the FBI, if we get to Santana's place and we meet Santana, and Santana is a magical coyote man, and we thus do not arrest him, on the official records we fill out, we never met Santana.
Let's just cross that bridge when we get there.
If we run into Santana and for some reason we decide, hey, we're gonna let this guy stay living in the mountains, we're not gonna arrest him, we never met him. That's what goes on the paperwork. He's a fugitive to the FBI. If we do not arrest him, we did not meet him.
So let's just cross that bridge when we get there.
I'm not filling out all the paperwork will be required to save our butts if you guys put in all your reports that we met a fugitive and didn't arrest him.
Life harder than it has to be. Do you know how much paperwork is involved for the arrest warrant of a magical being? What? We don't even know.
If he's a magic coyote man, I'm not arresting him.
Yeah.
Frankly.
I never met him. I don't know what they're talking about. We got to the place, he wasn't there.
You're all getting into the choppers, and they're gonna. I have a feeling you've had, I don't know, muffin breakfast, possibly a donut breakfast. Whatever you manage to stuff yourselves with, as various people have helped out with coffee and other sustenance for people on the case. The hundreds of volunteers are being divided into different groups. I guess the FBI agents, your colleagues who came out here, will help do that grid pattern and divide the groups, deal with the logistics of getting the people away from San Carlos and starting the search, even as the two helicopters are getting ready and Colorado's is going with you and the marshals in the other, or at least some of the marshals in the other, and take off, basically, up into the air, hoping that you will close this case quickly and be able to rule out Santana as the perpetrator. As you're going towards the helicopter, you can see the news van. There's some reporter there trying to get up to you guys. I think this time you'll be lucky to escape their attention because there's so many deputies around, so many. The remaining skeleton crew of the San Carlos Apache Tribal Police will help you and run interference with the reporters for now. Up in the air we go. Out in the desert we go. You've been in the desert before, haven't you?
It's too bright out here.
I don't
miss
even
my
know what
hotel
you mean.
room.
It's just lovely.
Shut up.
What? I would like everybody to roll what was it? Fun check here. Alertness, how about that?
Oh.
I can see one person rolling a 0-1. Fenton. Alright, Fenton is the one who is gonna spot it basically immediately as you're starting to do your search. You're speeding basically directly towards Santana's cave. There is a third helicopter in the air, Fenton. Looks very black from this distance.
Interesting. Is it the same helicopter I saw before? Probably.
Hard to tell, but might be.
Interesting. I'll point out to the others and mention that I saw that helicopter yesterday as well.
Do we know who they're with?
Nope.
Can we contact them to see who they're with?
Ask the pilots if they're able to.
Oh yeah, they can try.
Are they identical to our helicopters?
Not at all.
They're black.
This thing is that you're riding in is a very clearly marked state patrol helicopter. So it's white with various police.
What
law enforcement
role is
elements.
it to recognize? Oh, that's a CIA helicopter.
That's not a thing you could roll for. The CIA would not have their helicopters stamped.
It's just a black helicopter off in the distance. It could be anyone.
Yeah, Colorados will also wonder, wouldn't this airspace be off limits to civilians at the moment?
That's assuming they're a civilian.
If they're not civilian, they should be coordinating with us, shouldn't they?
Could be military doing their own thing. We saw them yesterday. I saw them yesterday as well. So whatever they're doing, they've been in the area prior to our operation.
Oh, they might have gotten word that Santana's been located. Could be.
No, this was before This was before we raised the alarm about Santanas. Who knows? Are the pilots going to have any success hailing them? I'm assuming not, but
Nope, they aren't.
okay.
Not in the slightest.
Let's just keep an eye on it. But like Santana said, it's probably not civilian. A helicopter flying around, there's going to be an ATC controller aware of it. If the airspace is shut down, that means the proper authorities must know it's out there. Which means it's probably some other government or something. Could be doing military doing exercise, or who knows what. For all we know, it could be military or other federal agencies that have been searching for Santanas on their own separate case.
Maybe. They did say there were a bunch of agencies looking for him.
Yeah, this is like a long, open case. So. It could be the Men in Black looking for the alien. I don't have to say that. Remembering Santana.
Definitely not a mysterious government organization we don't know about.
No, that'd be ridiculous.
Yeah.
We're the mysterious government organization here.
Yeah, it's just the four of us.
Definitely.
Alright.
Well, it's
When
not.
we-
Go ahead.
Serious planning, when we get there, are we going to just try and sneak up to his place then? Because we are super sneaky? What's the plan?
I can try and call out for him, says Colorados, because Colorados really does not want this to be Santana. He really doesn't want it to be.
For what it's worth, Colorados, I don't think Santana is the one behind all the murders, even if he is somehow involved in the case. I don't think he's the one who's been doing all, the freaky stuff.
Huh. I wish I
But
could believe that too, he says.
We still need to assume, though, that he is dangerous at this time.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, he's ready. He has his rifle. He's not going to take any chances.
Were we able to get another rifle as well?
Sure, what kind of rifle might you want?
Just so like an AR or something.
Oh, yes. Yeah, at this point, ARs are going to be unlocked, definitely. In this case, we're still talking the early 1990s, so it's going to be an M16 M2. A2.
Fine.
Yeah. How many want
And
an
then-
M16 A2?
I'll take one.
I'll take one as well. And then we have the who wants shotguns, and then we also have that hunting, not hunting rifle, but that long range rifle. Somebody wants that as well.
Yep. Right now, DeLuca has a shotgun. Talbot has... Let's see now. A shotgun and an M16. Okay, technically you can carry all of that stuff, and you're not a weak person. Blair has a rifle and a 6-hour. That might work for you. Fenton has trimmed down his equipment list here a bit. And of course, you're carrying your vests. All right. Colorado's does not really have access to an M16, though. Maybe
If
after this case, they will ask for.
If he
ask for
wants one,
it. Yeah.
I'll get him one.
Nah, he doesn't really. He feels more comfortable with his.
He was doing great with that rifle last time. All right. All right. Fun.
Fun.
If I get shot, I am going to die.
Yes. Possibly. You do have your vest as well, so it would require a cold shot at the very least to avoid that particular. But yes, there's a risk. Have you
Really
used
going
automatic
against-
rifles in this setting before? Full automatic rifles, assault rifles style weapons before in this game?
I have not, but I think the lethality rating means if I roll at 10% or lower, it's an automatic kill, right?
Yes, and that applies to any regular human target. Or
What
such.
about coyote spirits?
Maybe not coyote spirits, no, but any given cultist would go down, yes.
Gotcha.
This might not
about
be the cult, though.
Normal human with alien inside of him.
I don't know about that part. I guess you'll find out the hard way.
Actually, it probably would, because the one guy killed one of the hosts. That's how he became a host. And then one of the hosts also committed suicide by shooting himself. So it seems like the human bodies are still...
The Volta.
Yeah.
Ouchies.
Colorado,
Yeah.
take your headset off and listen to this.
Very well, then. We're going to land the helicopter a bit away from Santana's cave. Colorado's knows exactly where it is. It hasn't been a secret in the community exactly where... He doesn't know necessarily exactly where it is, but he knows within a click or so, and he's going to be able to track it down for you without too much trouble, probably. Because look at his survival skills. They good.
Better than mine by a crap load.
Yeah, he's been out in these areas before. If you all want to sneak up there, now is the time to roll. Colorado's is a bit too old for that stuff in his own mind. Also, Colorado's has been up all night. So he's getting lower on willpower points, but yeah. Oh,
I am
also
not
he's exhausted
thinking.
by now. So... So he's gonna let you go ahead and come after, basically. Who wants to roll some sneak checks, stealth checks, as you're sneaking up towards a cave? It's another cave. This place there's a creek not too far away, so he has good access to fresh water up here. And this is right next to the summit, like right below the summit of one of the mesas, and you have an extraordinary view of the area around here from here. If anyone were to try to approach this place, he would see them a good long time before. He picked his place well.
I want to roll for stealth because I do not want to be shot at. I feel like I will not succeed a roll for stealth.
I've already failed.
The
Yeah.
sentiment, the wish the urge
Oh, come
to
on.
succeed.
Well, you were so close.
Ah,
Yep. You're expert at... Wow. And we had a critical failure. Why? I don't know why it didn't show up in my feed. That's weird. Fenton, your lovely critical failure there. How do you fumble? Do you want to pick one, or should we roll?
I'll just go with the physical strain, and as a result of the car crash, my body is a bit not doing so great.
I guess you don't want to lose another D6 hit points, so...
No, I was gonna do the D6 dex or something. Got
D4.
soreness, not as
D4.
D4. Not as spry as I should be.
Roll a D4 for your dex. Your dex is, at this particular moment, a 10, and I'm just going to put it in the descriptor field so we remember.
And that wears off at the end of the day, operation, or...
Yeah.
Cool.
A good long rest will recover that.
Alright.
Okay, nobody succeeds with the stealth.
I did not roll.
Ah, Talbot. Maybe you can succeed with the stealth. Colorado's, yeah, okay. Step on every piece of gravel.
Desert. It's really
Yeah,
not easy
no.
to sneak in. It's really not easy to sneak in a desert in the daytime.
That's fair.
My people did not come from deserts.
You're right.
Talbot's used to trees. There's no trees.
Where are the trees? No trees around here.
This isn't West Virginia.
Yeah, so none of you managed to go in there silently, including Colorado's, you will be very surprised to hear. As a result, yeah, I think as you're approaching the cave from a distance here, you can see it a good 50 yards away, and you can hear your own steps. It feels like it's echoing between the mountainsides. Maybe one of you is slipping a bit because the Fenton, you're slipping a bit there with your critical failure. And some rocks come loose and just tumble down very loudly. Clatter, 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 clatter down a mountainside. But so far, nothing stirs. None of you have been shot in the face yet.
Can I just drop and lose Talbot's driver's license out here in the desert?
I guess you could. I don't really know the purpose of this maneuver, but yes.
Stop Talbot from driving.
I see you dropping my driver's license and I just let it happen.
No, I'm not going to leave your driver's license in the desert. What if you want a beer at some point?
Oh dear.
I need to retake the whole test at this point. Just leave it.
I can see
You're
Talbot.
the one who filled out the paperwork. You're the one who filled out the paperwork, and so why we wrecked one of our cars.
Talbot will be doing, in the downtime, should she survive this up, she will be doing a lot of driver's training, I hear.
Mandatory
Yeah.
driving course.
Well,
Yeah, I'm traumatizing the DMV.
50 yards to the cave. It's quiet. Nothing stirs. Colorado's is holding his rifle. He doesn't really want to aim at the cave, but he also can't not hold the rifle at the ready in some way.
Since everybody knows, if there's a guy in that cave, he knows we're coming.
Yeah.
I would like to casually begin talking about how cool I think coyotes are.
I think coyotes are just the best, she said in a very loud voice. Colorado's will go, Santana! You in there? Come out with your hands over your head. Just a routine check. We need to talk to you. This is Colorado's tribal police. Please make this easy for us. All you can hear is the whispers of the wind. One or two dust devils probably blowing by you.
Now to Colorado's, we can spread out. So we're not all one little cluster and slowly approach the cave.
Yep. Santana! Tribal police! Come out! With your hands over your head. We don't mean any harm. We just want to talk to you.
Somebody is attempting to skin you alive. You want to scream or something?
What?
If he's not, the murderer might be eating him. People keep getting eaten.
Just like blurts out, I want to know what happened in the sacred cave. I don't want to know anything else. Just what happened in the sacred cave. I don't want to arrest you. I don't want to make your life any more difficult. I just need to know what happened.
No reply. Just the wind.
I think he's dead.
Oh.
I think it's
he's beat.
maybe
Or
10 meters away, 10 yards away now from the cave. You're going closer.
maybe paralyzed in there? Because some of the victims ended up paralyzed before
Ye-
being killed.
Okay, should we headlong rush into this cave now, in case he is in fact in the process of being murdered?
Let's
I'll
just
go.
remain cautious, because if he's dangerous and we have the long rush in there, he's gonna shoot you.
I'll
Yeah.
go. I'm desensitized to violence. Let's do this.
Donna, we're coming in now. Don't shoot.
If we go
Colorados
in there
will-
and there's
will
some
go
blonde
first,
lady
actually.
eating him, I'm gonna be real upset.
Colorados will go first, actually.
I'll go second.
Oh, it's gonna
I'll
be
go
sad
first.
if he dies. Listen, in case this is a trap, I'm going last and I'm holding my shotgun up and keeping an eye behind us.
Would never be a trap.
Oh,
I don't know how you can jump to such conclusions.
He's standing directly behind us.
Nope, no, he's not. Colorados is going in. He has the rifle at the ready, but not by his shoulder necessarily. Santana, you in here? And as you're entering the cave, one by one, I suppose, with the DeLuca bringing up the rear, you will find very cozy cave, honestly. This place is lived in. It has all the amenities you need to live nicely off the grid without electricity. The first thing you come into is some kind of living room. He's chipped away at the walls here and there to even out crevasses and create like small shelves for all his equipment and all his jars that he stores things in. There are pelts from various animals that he has killed and skinned over 20 years. The floor of the cave is nicely acquainted, so there's not going to be much risk for mold or mildew in here. There is a well set up fireplace with proper ventilation along a crack in the roof that vents the smoke properly. There's a bed it looks so cozy. He must have put a bunch of bird down in the pillow, and he doesn't have a mattress, but animal pelts work fine to sleep on. They're nice and comfortable. And so on and so forth. He has even shelf space for some extra clothes. Most of it is tanned leather that he probably tanned himself. And there is a few cartridges of 30-06 ammunition in here. And the fireplace itself is not lit at the moment. The fire, it's just ashes in it. And yeah, that's about it, really. There's even like a small alcove you can go into where you can probably do all your bathroom needs, because the stream will carry any waste products away from this cave very neatly.
The ashes hot or cold?
They're very cold.
Okay. He hasn't been here for a while, I
right.
say.
Hmm.
I wonder if he left after the cave and hasn't been in town since.
Let's take a look around and see what we can find.
Yep.
See if he has any notes that says, I am a secret, scary, creepy coyote thing, and I am going to stop the evil, creepy, secret vampire egg alien thing. Of doom.
Why don't you, I don't know, roll search? Or, yeah, let's go with search. Search checks.
I can't. Listen, I'm so worried about getting trapped in this cave. I'm gonna forego searching to stay at the entrance of the cave, making sure nobody is creeping up on the cave.
In
We have-
Delta Green, there is two kinds of paranoia. Total and insufficient. I feel like you have the right attitude.
I do want to radio the other helicopter to let them know that we're in the cave and there's no sign of him.
Yeah, that's
Just so
probably a good
Backup
idea.
isn't wondering- Just so our backups not wondering what the hell's going on.
Yeah. The other helicopter then will say, Roger that. Further orders for us.
Just
So we start
stay in the area and keep an eye out.
We're sweeping the area. Roger that. They will start sweeping the area. You're going to search the cave. It's going to take a little while because you want to do a thorough search, obviously. Colorado's is helping you with this. And Colorado's is just shaking his head. I don't think he's been here for quite a while. Judging by, there's no signs of him having had a meal recently. And I'm thinking maybe he hasn't been here for weeks. Wouldn't be strange, I don't think, for him. I don't know his habits, that you understand, but he's, as I said, he's a hermit, and he's known to be doing tricks for days and weeks on end, cross country.
But that would then mean that he was at the sacred cave, which is very close to here, and he didn't stop in for weeks, even though he was in the area.
Seems like it.
And he didn't seem to take any of his belongings with him.
I can't see his rifle anywhere, he says.
True, but I'm talking about clothes, food, something that would indicate that he's going to be gone for some time, but I don't know how many.
That's right.
It just doesn't. It seems like the actions of a person who is just going out for a quick hunt and then never came back.
Possible he didn't come back here after the debacle at the cave. Possible he's out in a shallow grave somewhere with all his blood sucked out.
But the creature didn't bother to hide any of the other bodies in the cave.
No, I'm saying his body might be out in the desert somewhere, buried, with all the
Yeah.
blood sucked out.
Yeah, but if he was at the cave, then why would the creature then go to the trouble of hiding his body when it didn't hide the other bodies?
The creature has a weird track record as far as.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
And I look at Colorado's as I realize we've been saying the creature.
Colorado's is giving you a really strange look.
Oh no.
It's an inside joke back at our office because it takes a real monster to do the kind of stuff this person does.
We like to dehumanize murderers. Makes us feel better when we shoot them.
I was gonna say that too.
Oh,
It's just easier to think of them as missing a piece of their humanity.
You guys are
helps
just
in
absolutely
therapy.
digging a deep hole for yourself right now. Colorado's chin drops open and
It's a coping mechanism. Just say that out.
oh my god.
that doesn't seem very professional, he says to himself under his breath.
I don't get paid enough for this guy. I don't get paid
I'll
enough for
just
this
say-
man.
I'll just say, you gotta do something to keep your sanity.
I have my therapist on speed dial. She does not get paid enough. I do not get paid enough. Okay?
Are you the one who became friends with your therapist in our last down session?
Yeah. That's why I have her on speed dial.
yeah.
We give her daily calls like Mom, pick me up, please. I'm scared.
Oh my.
Talbot is friends with her therapist for good reason, apparently. I think she should work more on that bond for the future.
It's gonna have to be the only bond she has.
Yeah. So he gave one friend my will and testament, yelled at my mom for a year straight, and then got mad at my... Yeah. Only one I haven't ruined.
Is there anything in the cave that can give us any indication as to what this guy knows? Because that's what Fenton's looking for.
Not really, no. No, this is hermit life is weird to Fenton too, probably. But there's even a couple of cans of non-perishable foods and all sorts of food supplements that you need if you're not growing your own veggies in a garden. Though there are some, but this place is not designed to grow. There's no garden here particularly to supplement that part. So apparently he must have gone into town every once in a while to just get some supplements. Maybe he's selling off the pelts and so on.
He's a former Vietnam military and special forces. Are there any grenades in his cave?
No, you haven't found any grenades here.
That's
Free to roll a
interesting.
criminology check, actually.
That's this one.
Do we all roll that or just Benton?
No, you can all roll that if you want.
Okay.
Because right now, criminology is about setting up the profile of the personality profile of the person in question. Victims or suspects, as it were.
So we've got such low criminology.
Oh.
Listen, I fill out paperwork and I use the computer.
Yeah.
These are my skills.
These are your skills. Absolutely. Blair is not a skilled criminologist. But as far as Talbot and Fenton can tell, looking over the contents of the cave so far, hermit checks all the hermit boxes. This is definitely a person who's very well habituated with the outdoors, has designed his life to live off-grid. He collects firewood for his fire. He collects probably dry dung, really, for his fire as well. And it's a mix of traditional knowledge, wilderness knowledge, and some modern touches to it, because obviously he's using a modern hunting rifle. You will find a cleaning kit for the rifle here. So that's a piece that's missing from his rifle. He might have more than one, though. You never know. There are some modern things like flashlights and things that would use batteries. But for the most part, it's going to be items that he can make himself out of wood or pelts or various plant fibers to supplement, to create his tools and make his blankets and whatnot. But yeah, there's no sign of any religious items in here, like the medicine man. Is there a Fenton would look for if the sand paintings here, for example? Nothing like that. There might be things that Fenton would expect a traditional-minded Native American to have in his house to ward off spirits and such, protective amulets and such items. Much like you would find in a Christian home, you would find a cross, a crucifix, maybe an icon, small shrine, that sort of thing. But nothing indicating that he would be more in tune with the spirit world than the medicine men were, for example. So no, it's a very skilled, very seasoned hunter and survivalist who lives here, who doesn't really need the modern world for much of anything. And the little things that he needs from the modern world, he can trade for with the pelts that he brings home There's even going to be bow and arrow here for when he might want to save on bullets. So yeah, that's...
Guys, what do we do now?
Isn't that
Yeah.
the question?
Take
This
your
guy
cave.
was gonna have lore for us.
Well,
Rude.
He doesn't. Very sadly.
Blair dreamed of the sacred cave. We have nothing else to go on, and that's where we found the damn thing. So
Do we go back?
I don't think we have any other leads to act on.
Yeah. And it was also
Well-
the last place that we think we saw him, so it might be
Mm-hmm.
nice. to
You
check.
are gonna hear as you're around this cave still, because clearly the
Coyote
FBI
noise.
agents in San Carlos are working hard to coordinate the search effort. They're gonna call up to you guys. Who's... I don't know what your group should be called, because everybody has a code name right now. It's
Can we be Coyote?
What's the natural predator of the coyote?
Natural Predator of the Coyote. I don't know if they have one. I'll ask
Human?
the
We've already decided coyotes are awesome.
I'm
If the
bored with
coyote is
Coyote.
evil, I'm gonna be so sad.
I'm on board with Team Coyote. Let's do this.
Okay.
I'm sure Colorado loves that, considering coyotes are a bad omen for them.
Cougars, alligators, grizzly bears. None of them are in Arizona, though.
You just want to do coyotes? Do coyote. Colorado will suck it up.
Maybe a rattlesnake.
I thought it's either coyote or iguana.
Iguana. Okay, you're coyote. Yeah, so...
Coyote.
Yeah, the HQ is called the Barn. Coyote, the Barn.
Go ahead.
We have reports here from Search Team 12. They have found some kind of footprints.
What do you mean, some kind of footprints?
It's human footprints.
All right. Follow them and keep us in.
They're in, let's see now, Search Group 12. This is in the southeasterly direction.
Which are the footprints heading in?
What was
Are
that?
they heading east? Are they heading east as well?
So far, it's been tracking southeast.
Southeast. Okay. All right. Keep on them. Keep us informed. We've got the helicopters, so if we need to get over there quickly, we can.
Roger that. Over and out.
I'll share with the group. So, they found footprints heading southeast. Human footprints. So, if you guys want to, while they're looking for that, do you guys want to go over and check the cave in case there's something new over there?
Hurt to check one more time before we head over to the footprints.
Because we're
Yeah.
like right next to the cave right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Do we
would
wanna
not be very
send-
far away from it. So if the footprints are over here, then you are over there. So that's close. Yeah.
Do we want to send the other copter to do we want to keep them in this area looking for Santana, or do we want to send them to Footprintville?
Let's just keep them in the area on the chance that like a coyote or an alien space baby thingy gets access. I don't say that in front of Colorado.
My God.
Alien space baby.
Sooner or later, you're just gonna dump Colorado somewhere to, coordinate this. Now we're all alone.
Listen, we need to be able to say the craziest things, and you're really cramping our style.
Yes.
I'll
There's like a group chat that's with Colorados and without Colorados.
The rest of the group, do any of you speak Latin or Sumerian? Or maybe we could speak of that instead.
No.
I'm
No.
technically not supposed to.
That doesn't mean you don't.
Okay. I
I think that's
Latin
your
or
name,
alien.
Sumerian.
I think that's your name, Sumerian.
Why do you know Sumerian?
I know Latin.
This group is going to learn Sumerian just to be able to speak it to each other during ops, aren't you?
Yes.
Sorry, I need to
Everybody,
get this off.
when this operation is over, it's time for our tutoring lessons. We're gonna meet once a week. I know this nice French cafe in DC.
I need to get this off my chest. I know Latin. Last campaign, there was something in Latin I wasn't supposed to be able to read, and I cannot express how. I don't know. I was just like, I know what it says, but I can't know it.
All right.
We're continuing with the search. Where are you going next time here?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so far you haven't heard any other reports from any of the other groups yet, but they've only been out for an hour or so. There's plenty of time left of the day for people to hear about things.
We should have brought one of the bloodhounds with us. Not for any practical purpose, just so we have
I'm
enough.
thinking the bloodhounds are like each group probably has one bloodhound with them.
Get them.
So are we going back to San Carlos to coordinate? Or are we going to one of the groups? What are we doing?
No, we're going to the cave.
Oh, back into the cave?
Cave.
Santanas cave?
The sacred cave.
Oh, the sacred cave.
Yeah, just checking it out.
Okay. This other chopper here is doing the thing. Yeah, that's a skip and a hop. It takes no time at all to get over there. With your chopper, over there we go. You are back at the Sacred Cave site, which of course has plenty of crossing it off as a crime scene. But I don't know. You haven't sent any particular group out here to guard it. Have you?
I don't think so.
No, I think it's just us.
Yep. There you are, back at the same site again. It's a grisly place to be at, that's for sure.
Is there anything new here?
Search rolls might not go amiss, I think.
God damn it.
God damn it.
It's not easy being tired, is it?
No.
Never ever become exhausted in this game. It will haunt you. Wow. Nobody.
Oh, we all fail.
That is awful. The worst part is Santana is also terrible at Colorado's is also terrible at searching.
Yes, but how is Santana? And
That's a good
doing
question.
a search right now. Go
That's
ahead, roll
a
a thing.
question.
He's in there searching.
Mm-hmm. I'm not even sure what you're looking for around the sacred cave here, but you sure ain't finding it.
We don't know either. She had a dream about the cave.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
my dream had like blood flowing out of the cave and something inside it.
I'm expecting there to be an alien hatching an egg.
There is no alien hatching an egg, as far as you can tell. No obvious egg sitting right on the ground. No egg in a crevasse either.
Is there a role for, is this rich sacred cave got magic in it?
What do you mean?
Was there an alien egg in the sacred cave because it actually has magic and the egg wanted magic to hatch? Is there that?
I ain't even gonna answer that
Sensing
question.
magical? If there are monsters, is there I can sense magic in this cave?
Nope.
That feels
Not
like an
until
oversight.
you learn hypergeometric formulae.
I don't
What?
think
I
I
know-
want to learn those. I feel
know
like that's
geometry.
not going to be great for my mental health.
They will not. This is absolutely true.
Calculus is that class?
No, it's not the calculus class at all, no.
Oh,
At least not your normal calculus class. Maybe it's a calculus class that's only taught for, I don't know, professors at Arkham University, unbeknownst to anyone else. Fenton will have to ask the Arcanum at some point.
Yeah.
Yes,
Badge.
but the disappointing result of this, of course, is that nothing. Sacred Cave says nothing.
We
That
tried,
doesn't-
folks. Let's go home.
That doesn't mean that nobody else has anything for you.
Again, when we do go in and search the sacred cave, I stay by the entrance and I poke in. I'm like, I don't see anything. I stay by the entrance and I watch for ambushers. Caves are scary.
Let's see now. Bum, bum, bum. I want everybody to... No, everybody. One of you to roll a luck check, please.
You got it, Blair.
Are you sure you want me to roll it?
Oh wait, you're exhausted. You got it, Bridget.
I don't know if exhaustion carries over to luck checks, because luck checks are like exactly 50-50.
I knew you got it, Bridget.
Look at that. It's a success even. Very nice.
Because when I do my sanity check or to try to go to therapy, it's not going to succeed. Use my good luck.
All right, you're going to get, again, radio in. Jody, this is the barn. Over.
Go ahead.
We have Search Team 23 reporting they have spotted vultures. I repeat, vultures spotted.
Copy. What's their location?
They are currently about 10 clicks northwest of San Carlos.
Copy. That way.
Very well. That's going to be about 15 miles. It shouldn't take you more than 10 minutes or so to get there. Isn't that nice?
These helicopters are great. Can we have these from now on?
What was that?
Helicopters are great. They're fast. They're air conditioned. Can we just use these from now on?
Forever and
Simply
ever.
travel by helicopter.
Your
Look,
helicopter
you can
is
get
going
a
to
first
go.
class. You can get first class tickets. You can get the helicopter, right?
If we catch the killer here and it's not a horrible alien monster, if we have an actual human being that did these crimes, I might be able to get us a helicopter.
I'll be honest. If it's an actual human being, I might be even more afraid. After what they've done.
Listen, if we have another mysterious, ooh, we're pinning it on some rando who left town a day ago, we're not getting a helicopter.
All right.
You are going to find, by the time you get there, the chopper is taking you there as quickly as possible. You're going to be there like 10 minutes later. And search group number 23 has a group of, I think it's going to be like 15 volunteers, a couple of tribal police, because they had to split between, maybe it's 2 tribal police and 1 marshal or one FBI agent with them coordinating the whole thing. And I guess the marshal will be there. Yeah, we saw vultures there. We have some people scouting the place right now.
All right.
And
So We land the helicopter directly on the vultures.
I don't think you would. They're gonna lead you up to a site, and there's lots of people shouting and like, "We have something here. We got something here. Is this something? No, it's not. I don't know."
Don't touch it.
What have you told them to be on the lookout for, aside from Santana and Mrs. Braverman?
I don't think we told them anything.
Burials, coyotes.
They're gonna go false.
what-
We have some coyote tracks here. We have
Asking their players, but we have told them about the egg because that's not a secret. We know that's what was stolen.
And so a rock then, or are you calling it an egg? In your
Probably a spherical.
Plastic rock.
spherical
Yeah,
plastic rock.
like-
Yes, okay, that works.
And also people with chest wounds.
There might just be human checks, everybody. I want some human checks because we're talking about the organization of information here and how that has been handed out.
Let's go.
Blair, look at you go.
Oh my god.
Why did you roll 2 humans?
Did I?
No,
Oh, no.
Fenton did.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
I didn't see the first one at all. That's why.
Oh, that's why. Yeah. Then,
still
Blair
haven't
is
seen
the
my
one
results.
who can. Okay, you remember how the Apache have been talking about Coyote and Spirit's artwork? You could probably remember how Mr. Rope, the neighbor of the Big Ace, was talking about spirits and such. And Colorado's being a friend of yours by now, or at least friendly towards you. I'm thinking that there may have been a lot of talk of coyotes among the tribal police. And this whole thing about there was... Blair will have noticed that the rumor about the coyote tracks and the coyote behaving very weirdly by digging up carcasses and then not actually eating them has spread like wildfire through the ranks of the tribal police, of which you now have 50.
Oh.
So they will definitely be paying attention to coyote tracks. But this time, I'm afraid the FBI agent here is going to be, and his name is going to be Agent Connors. He's going to say, sorry, I think it was false alarm. Nothing important here, just a dead javelina. A peccary.
A what?
You know what a peccary is?
Do not.
It's a wild pig. Though a javelina is not a pig anymore because they're related to pigs, basically. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that was the actual name. I've only known them as javelins.
Javelins, yeah.
As javelins.
Javelins. I don't know. I'm a Swedish
I'm not-
Canadian, very far
not
from
saying you're-
Arizona. I'm just
I'm not
reading
saying
off.
you're wrong. I'm just saying I'm kind of stupid.
I'm just reading off words on documents here. I don't know how
That's
they.
okay.
Peccary is on Wikipedia, for example. Anyway, but yeah, it's a dead javelin. And they're gonna be like, yeah, okay, let's start the search again, folks. Let's not, just dead carcass, whatever.
Can I
Yeah.
search the area around the carcass?
Absolutely you can. Whoo! Phryne Talbot, look at you go. That is, in fact, a success. There are coyote tracks going up to the carcass, and then going away from the carcass and disappearing, much like you've seen before. The javelin in question is just lying there, very dead, obviously. No obvious trauma, no attack. The coyote has once again not eaten from an obvious carcass. It looks completely unharmed. It's just dead.
Kind of pull everyone else over to the coyote tracks. Look at this. Look. It's the same one.
You have a cast of that first coyote track, don't you, by now?
Yeah, I think Fenton has it.
It fits perfectly.
Huh.
It's the same coyote.
Of course.
Do we think it? Should we call for Santana though?
Do we what?
If he's the coyote, we can't just say here, coyote. Do we say, hey, Santana, come here?
I don't
I
think
think
either
that-
will be effective.
It's a bit demeaning. I don't think he would come if we called him like that.
Yeah.
You can say Santana, Santana. Just shout Santana's name. See if a
Bla-
coyote shows up.
Blair, do you
Well-
want to roll, I don't know, science biology perhaps? Because strictly speaking,
Yeah,
this
I'll
ain't
try.
medicine. You are not a vet, but oh, you're tired. That's why.
Yeah.
Your mind is a bit addled. Yeah, it's not easy when you're tired. Yeah, okay, just another carcass. Shrug. Colorado's is looking. He's with you, and he's gonna look at you guys. I feel like I should have Colorado's. Since you haven't thrown him away from the group yet, since you haven't diverted his attention with some other task, he is here, and he is not going away at the moment. Might you tell him, because he's looking at it, he's looking at you, he's looking at the others, he's talking a little bit to the other tribal police officers. He's speaking Apache to them, though, so you wouldn't know exactly what they're saying. And then is it the same again?
Coyote, yeah.
So this is another victim? He's looking at the dead animal.
It's possible, yeah. I don't know why it would be unearthed like this, though.
Like you said before, it's very inconsistent with his methods. Coyote, I think, was digging them up before. Can we examine the pig to see if it's drained of all its blood?
You would have to cut it open. Or find the famous needle marks.
Let's search for the needle mark since I know what I'm
Blair
looking for.
has not found anything strange on the body so far because she's tired. They're tired.
All the needle marks tend to be like the same spot, don't they?
Nope. There's been needle marks all over various bodies. Some in the upper part of the bodies, others in the lower part, extremities.
Can I search the body for needle marks?
You can. I'm going to give you a -20 because they are hard to spot. But at least you
-20.
know what you're looking for.
Gotcha. Second, -20. And roll.
So close.
Darn, -20. Alright. Take out my pocket knife and cut open the pig.
You're doing a pig autopsy right now?
That's right.
Anyone else want to look for needle marks? DeLuca, you haven't looked for any needle marks in forever. Oh, you're not good.
What?
Yeah.
What is it to look for needle marks? Just search?
Yeah,
Okay.
or maybe Talbot would do it. You're looking at needle marks through fur, which makes it harder.
Search -20, correct?
Yeah.
This pig was not needled.
Talbot to the rescue! Even as Fenton is bringing out his knife to start opening up the pig-like creature, Talbot finds the needle marks behind an ear.
Put away the knife. We don't need to do that anymore.
Put away the knife.
Colorado's just nods. So, he's been going this way then.
So it just ate a pig.
He needs to have... How does he extract this stuff? The blood. He has a syringe. He plunges it into the victim. He draws out the blood and then he drinks it.
I guess it's as good as mine.
Seen weirder.
It's like when you donate blood. It's just a little needle.
Now you have some kind of indication. Northwest of San Carlos, your first trace.
If this to end, and the only one who survives is Colorado's who joins Stealth Degree.
Wait, so this was northwest, but we found footsteps heading southeast?
Yeah, but nobody knows what those footsteps belong to. If it was like, aside from a person, could be anything. So you have to decide what is the more valid lead. Is it southeast or northwest?
The coyote prints and stuff and the creepy bloodsuckers going northwest?
Yep.
And that's the way we go. Well, we could
How
send
fresh
another
is
team.
pig?
We could send another team southeast. There's no reason we have to do one or the other, but I think our
Exactly,
efforts are best focused northwest.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, we're gonna bring up so you're gonna tell the FBI agents that we're focusing around here, and they're gonna be very confused why the pig is an indication that you're on the right track.
I'll just explain to them that all the other, this isn't anything crazy, all the other crime scenes, the person has been collecting blood from victims and animals as well.
Okay, this is a weird one then. The FBI are now, the other FBI agents are like, okay, this is...
I know, I'm going, yeah.
This is one of those crazy serial killers again. He's collecting trophies from pigs.
Probably satanic ritual BS.
That makes
How is
sense.
it that we're not heading directly to Superstition Mountain and Tortilla Flat? I'm so
that?
disappointed.
That's very sad, isn't it?
I just saw the word tortilla on the map, and I think you should alter the course of events so that's where
All right.
be more fun.
We tell the pilot we're now heading to Tortilla Flat, next to Superstition Mountains, which, oh my god, how do we not notice that before? It's clearly where everything is.
Not right next to Queen Valley.
I feel like you could have just put answers to all your questions here, and I still wouldn't have noticed it was called Superstition Mountain. Wait, there's also Dripping Springs Christmas.
I'll just notice Miami. Miami, Arizona.
Superstitious Mountain. Okay.
There's also Florence. What's Florence doing here?
You need to have a place like that. All right, we are starting to fan out. Are we redirecting or just telling this particular Team 23 to head in this general direction?
Can have 1023 to keep all of this stuff going south, and we'll take over going northward.
Okay, yep. Roger that.
And
yeah, Team 23 is going to keep tracking along this trajectory. Right now, the points you have here on the map would be San Carlos and this particular location. That's going to be like your potential direction, which is basically northwest-ish, slightly more to the north than the west, maybe.
Superstition Mountains is northwest, but slightly more west than north.
What was that?
Superstition Mountains is northwest.
And to TF flat. Maybe he's making a beeline maybe he's gonna change direction due west after a while. You never know. You are in a chopper, however, so you cannot observe things from the ground unless you want to start tagging along with the Team 23, of course.
Would it be entirely rude to get into the chopper and just stay literally 20 feet above the ground?
23 is going the other direction, aren't they?
Oh, wait, but you have 25 groups, right? And down in the southeast where you found the footsteps, there is Team 12 working on that.
Okay. They're doing that. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I misunderstood.
So
We should radio Team 12 and get like a update.
yeah, they're going to update. Coyote Team 12, over. Have found nothing yet, over.
All right. I guess we can take because it'd be good to have 23 on the ground, other people in the air looking out from above. So we could take the nice air-conditioned helicopter while they continue their search on the ground. They have a puppy too, don't they?
They have what?
A puppy?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, every team has a bloodhound.
Have the puppy sniff the coyote tracks and follow those.
Hey, now
That
you're
smell.
thinking with your noggin. That's a great idea.
It can do that, yeah. Everybody's going to be very confused about this, except apparently the tribal police and the volunteers. So by everybody, I mean the 3 white guys in this group. Everybody else is Apache after all. All right, we're lifting off again and hovering above the ground as the search continues. It's going to go for a while. This is, after all, the Gila Mountains and rough terrain, and it's not easy going. Those who have, like, all-terrain vehicles, sometimes they need to go around various places. I mean, I'm sure you're fanning out a little bit. This group here, you have 12 people in the group, and they can easily go in 2x2s or 3x3s. Or just a long line of 12 people where everybody can see at least 2 other people within their line of sight. That's how the FBI agents will be organizing it, unless you tell them otherwise. And we're continuing the search here, folks. It is afternoon by now. You haven't had a meal since 7 o'clock in the morning. And you haven't been back to San Carlos, though maybe... excuse me, maybe some nice volunteers in San Carlos actually packed a bunch of lunch sandwiches for you.
Thanks, Mom.
So you can eat on the run.
Oh.
And thermoses of coffee. You need to thank them afterwards. They were thoughtful. It's gonna be a couple of hours when over the radio you're gonna hear, "We got him! We got him!" And you will hear, in fact...
No! Darn it, I only told the one guy not to shoot him.
Yeah, there was definitely shots fired.
We need to get over there now.
Cease fire! Cease fire! Cease fire! You hear someone screaming over the radio. You're gonna get over there very quickly, aren't you? Again, we're in the desert. You spend a lot of time in this desert, you guys, haven't you?
I hate this desert.
You're almost getting acclimated to it, aren't you, Fenton? Particularly
Hate the
when you're in
desert.
a nice air-conditioned helicopter. Yeah,
When this is over, I'm going on vacation on the opposite of the desert. I'm going to the ocean.
into
Just out
the
in the
ocean.
Yep.
Everybody can roll an alertness check again. Everybody except the Luca, apparently.
Not me either. I also failed.
Oh, gotcha. Why doesn't it read all the... Anyway. Oh, there it is. Black helicopter is not too far away. Again.
Yeah.
Out here, we're gonna have our line of deputies and volunteers, honestly. There's gonna be a bunch of them. These are deputized volunteers this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, something like that. And they're running and they're crouching behind boulders inside shrubberies. They're looking towards Rise. I swear I saw him over there!
Did you shoot? Did they shoot?
No, I opened fire, sir. Shouldn't have done that. We know what happened
So,
in San Carlos. This is a guy who is
Yes.
from... This guy is not a trained police officer at all.
you
God.
saw a random person you don't even know for sure who they are, and you shot at them?
He killed 3 officers in San Carlos, sir. They're
Do
really
you-
dangerous. He's really
Do you
dangerous,
know
this
who
guy.
it- Do you
I'm
know
not
who it
taking
was
any
you were
chances.
shooting at? Do you know who it was you were shooting at?
I thought it was him. There's nobody else in the area, right?
Neither
take his-
mind you
I
of
take his-
innocent until proven guilty.
I take his gun away from him and I hand it to Colorado's.
Yeah, Colorado's is just nodding.
Talbot just turns around. Everyone, we do not know that Santana is guilty. Nobody else shoots at him. Even if you know it is him, do not shoot unless he shoots at you. Got it?
Got it. Got it. Again, there is a grand total of maybe 1 or 2 actual law enforcement deputies here. Everybody else is a volunteer. So in a group of 12, you have 8 civilians who are helping out and 4 actual law enforcement officers.
He went over. Where did he disappear, over that hill or something, or what happened?
I saw him just over the hill, and I thought he was aiming at me, so I took a shot immediately, and then he just disappeared behind the ridge.
Okay.
Saw the hat clearly.
You all stay here. Us and the FBI agent, the Colorados, can proceed on foot, and we still have the marshals, I'm assuming the helicopter. Let's alert them to get in the area overhead in case they can see somebody or something.
Yeah.
All right, let's rock and roll.
Are we sneaking?
I think that point may have passed.
That point may have passed. Okay. People are directing rifles in that general direction and fanning out to make sure that flanks are covered. Colorados will take command, a very stern command of the volunteers, seeing as they weren't listening enough to the deputies. And who has the best alertness check among you?
Not me.
Probably not.
You can always roll, Fenton. Maybe you will fail and get a check mark.
I've already got a check mark. It looks like Talbot.
54. Does anybody have better than that?
Nope.
Okay, then.
Okay.
Talbot will be the one to spot. Yeah, just on the other side of the rise when you're coming up, there is a sharp drop-off into like a gully, really. At the bottom of which there's a small creek, and right on the edge of that creek there is some guy, jeans, sturdy boots to not get bitten by rattlesnakes. Not nice. It's a sort of khaki shirt with lots of pockets, proper Stetson hat, and a backpack. And he is lying down there and just absolutely shaking. Don't shoot! Don't shoot! I'm not armed! For crying out loud!
All right.
And
Just keep your
is
hands up where we see him.
very blonde and has a big bushy blonde beard. And Jesus Christ! I didn't hear any of you guys! What's going on? What the hell?
Just keep your hands.
Yeah, my hands right here.
What's your name?
There is a rifle lying halfway up the slope. He must have dropped it on the way. My name is Bill Carson, sir. I have my driver's license in my pocket if you want to take it out.
All right, just stand there. Don't move. Keep your hands where you
He's
see
literally
him.
lying in the creek.
That's fine. You can just stay there.
And there's
Hey.
some blood on his cheek, and you can see it like dripping. Like, I'm hurt here, man.
We're coming. Just relax.
Do me a favor. Unbutton your shirt.
Oh my god.
I'd have to get up to do that, ma'am.
That is perfectly fine.
All right,
Slow
sitting up
motions.
now, ma'am.
I'll shoot him when he gets up.
Ah!
No.
He's gonna sit up on his knees. He still has his hands in the air. He has the backpack on the back still because he never had the chance to unbutton it or whatever, undo it. You can see his ear is bleeding profusely, and it has like
Poor
blood
baby.
down on the collar of his shirt. And he's, I'll unbutton my shirt now, ma'am. And he's taking both his hands down and just unbuttoning his shirt. And he's gonna go all the way down if you don't tell him to stop. Is that all right, ma'am? He's still holding his
Do I
hands up.
see a chest wound?
There is no chest wound there. No signs of recent chest surgery.
Okay. Yeah, yes, that's good. Thank you.
All right. Am
Do-
I free to go?
What are you doing out here?
Hiking. What else?
Were you when did you start hiking?
3 days ago.
Oh, okay.
from up north. Making my way down to Clyde. What's going on with all this shit? And he's just, the helicopter, and now there's like a line of deputies on the ridge above, everybody armed, and Colorado's is just chewing out that volunteer who fired.
There's been a series of murders in the area
just
recently.
Sending him home right away. You just go back.
Names me
He's gonna get murdered on his way home. He's gonna get all the blood sucked out of him.
And he can go on the helicopter. He'll be fine.
You can send. They can send like a 3-man squad back, and then you have like
said
2-man.
no less than 12.
Okay, fair enough.
People.
Wait,
fair enough.
I have a question for him.
Yeah.
Do the names Kurtley, Royos, Stoltz, Troutner, Van Olsen, or Bigay mean anything to you?
No. Should they?
Okay.
This is my vacation, man.
Those are some people who have been missing. Where are you from?
Phoenix.
Okay.
Check his ID. Does everything match what he's telling us?
Yeah, absolutely. He has a driver's license and everything. Yeah.
Have you seen anybody else on your hike?
No, nobody until you guys showed up. I heard the choppers a good while away, and I saw them, and I was like, oh, check that out. Something's going on over there. But didn't think it had anything to do with me. And then someone shoots my fucking ear off.
Yeah. Okay,
can I get compensation for this? Can I sue someone for this?
Oh, yeah. Here's the volunteer's name.
Blair, will we get some first aid going here?
Yeah, let me do. Oh no, let me.
I know you're tired. Yeah, no, we won't.
we can put him out of his misery.
What?
Fenton, no. Bad.
No, bad.
This is the worst.
Guys, maybe Fenton's the real killer.
He was hidden among you.
Dun, dun, dun.
Among Us. Dun, dun, dun.
That book, man. That book really messed with me.
Anyway. Yeah, so it turns out that was apparently a bit of a false alarm. But since you're not allowing the deputized volunteer to go back, I guess he'll just search without a rifle now. Can give him a set of binoculars or something.
Give him like a water gun.
That's gonna help. That's gonna be amazing.
So insulting.
Yes.
You never know, we might find the Wicked Witch of the West.
What? Yeah. Nothing is impossible in Delta Green. Literally nothing is impossible in Delta Green. I don't know. Yeah. You're continuing your search in the afternoon here. You're gonna make... This is a search grid, but so far you've been covering a good 15, 16 clicks or so, probably, during this day. The thing is, because you have to do a careful search, you can't march at full speed. And if you're marching full speed, you can make 30 kilometers in a day. That is what, 20 miles or so? 25, something like that? But since this is, you have to look for things, otherwise you'd miss that carcass or other tracks. You're definitely not marching at that speed. But the bloodhounds are keeping on in the same general direction right now. At least they have picked up the track of something, which is promising, probably. What else might happen to you as you keep trekking? Are we still using the helicopter in the same general way here by staying close to Team 23 specifically?
Yeah, imagine just like in the general region. They're on the ground and we're sweeping the air.
Yeah. You can actually see, since one of you will succeed with it sooner or later, you can actually see that black helicopter, which is about... How far away from you at this point? 6 or 7 miles, maybe? Wait a minute, you're a little bit further out than that. In any way, it's somewhere around San Carlos. And it is descending at the moment.
Should we go and see what that's all about?
Yeah, it's not like we'll catch it landing again anytime soon.
And then the others, of course, if they find anything, they'll be able to notify us.
Only take 5 minutes. We'll be fine.
I'm pretty sure it was a Black Hawk. It's a good chance it's military of some kind.
To know all the help we can get and all that.
At the very least, let's see what they got going on, what they're doing out here.
They may have seen Santana.
Very well. We are going back to San Carlos to have a chat with potential people. Colorados will say, you mind if I drop off here with Team 23?
Sorry, what was that? You broke up.
Colorados is asking if he should stay with Team 23 or if you want him to go to San Carlos as well.
It's your choice. If you would like to stay and coordinate with your people out here.
Yeah, he'll stay out here and coordinate. Alternatively, he will go with you back to relieve the FBI agents who are coordinating in San Carlos to coordinate himself. It's up to you if you want to have FBI agents you've never worked with coordinate all these different teams, or if you want Colorados to do it.
The way Colorado's talk, it sounds like he'd be much happier in the field.
Yeah,
as opposed
probably.
to just coordinating.
Very well
Plus,
then.
he knows
Colorados is
region
no
better,
longer
he knows
with
his
you.
home.
He is out in the field with Team 23. All right. So you could talk all sorts of weird, freaky stuff on, maybe not in the helicopter where the pilot can hear you because you're all wearing headsets. There's always someone listening in, isn't there?
Bullshit.
Sad.
And the ancient Sumerian lessons start.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna start teaching them Sumerian while we're flying back. The pilots are gonna be so confused.
Your Duolingo before there was Duolingo.
Oh, does that mean he's gonna hit us up with weirdly flirtatious reminder messages about taking our thing? Because the other day, Duolingo literally asked me if I was up. Just got like 3 a.m. notification. You up, babe? I was like, what?
I meant more of like vaguely threatening, but
That's what I was gonna say. It sent me some vaguely threatening messages in the past.
depends, offended. What emails are you sending me at 3 a.m.?
Yeah, you were going to get into San Carlos with your helicopter. It's now 5:15 in the afternoon. You can see there's not too many people left in San Carlos because everybody is doing something to help out with the search. There's a news van there. There is the black helicopter with, what was that? Which
Well,
is, in
there's,
fact,
like,
not black. It's a dark green. It has really unmarked. But it is a Black Hawk. And out of that helicopter comes 3 gentlemen with suits and shades and everything. And they're...
The black suits?
Yeah, black suits. And
So they're men in black
maybe
I don't know.
they're men in black suits. Yeah, they're talking to the FBI coordinators by the big table where everything is being coordinated. And the FBI coordinators are just shrugging and looking at whatever credentials they're presenting, and then they're going to point towards you guys because you're really the brains of the outfit here. These gentlemen will come towards you with very determined steps.
I shoot them.
I didn't know.
No.
Do I just have like a little squirt gun like you do with cats? Just no.
They're gonna flash credentials. 2 different sorts of credentials that you can see. One is Air Force Office of Special Investigations, and the other is Army Intelligence and Security Command. That's INSCOM for you. Because of course. So Now we're back into
Oh.
military forces alphabet soup. It's OSI and INSCOM.
All right. I assume you guys are also looking for Santana?
Yep, we sure are. You are the officers in command of this operation here. My name is Simpson, this is Wilkinson, and over here is Clark. We'd like to look over whatever evidence you've gathered on this case for so far. If you could share that with us right now, please.
Sure. May we look over any evidence that you have that might lead to us locating him?
They're just gonna give you a deadpan look. Could you please escort us to whatever evidence you have at this moment?
Of course, that wasn't dependent on your evidence. I was just curious.
Sorry, do you have the proper paperwork?
Absolutely.
We can get in trouble if we show our evidence. People don't have the proper paperwork. I'm gonna need to see that paperwork.
Yep. They're gonna show you paperwork. DeLuca, roll your bureaucracy. Is this proper paperwork?
Oh.
Look at you go. You know your paperwork. Absolutely. Yes, this is absolutely proper paperwork.
Yes, we need to show them what little evidence we have, especially just a bunch of bodies at this point, isn't it?
Show them the, like, freezers upon freezers in the morgue.
Yep, they will come with you and look over the freezers upon freezers of dead bodies. They're just nodding to themselves.
Out of interest, the Fenton being into all the supernatural, creepy, conspiracy, Men in Black, blah, blah, blah. He's going to talk about what we found and how the victims and everything have been completely drained of blood and all that. And he's really gauging their reactions. If they look surprised or, oh, yep, we expected that.
Feel free to roll human.
Come on, please, roll good for once.
That
So
was
close.
on the dot, wasn't it?
I'll take it.
Yeah, they're not reacting at all. Yeah, that sounds like a Tuesday to us, basically. That's their reaction.
Don't like these
They're just
people.
complete poker face.
Sure, so. Then I'll mention, we noticed you guys yesterday. I noticed you guys flying around yesterday, so you've been in the area for some time now.
Yeah, we can't comment on anything we're doing. National security. Could you show us any other material evidence you've collected? Any photographs? Any of that sort of thing?
We don't have any photo. Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, are you? Because I don't know if you're. So we do have photos. Are you trying to not let them know that?
Oh, no, I thought they were asking for photos of Santana, and I'm like...
Oh, no. They just want our evidence.
But we did at one point have a plastic rock thing that got stolen, as well as a couple of guys' faces, but yeah.
Very well.
That was a thing that
photos?
happened. Oh yeah, of course, crime scene photos.
Yep.
we have those.
Negatives too, please.
The original?
Was that in the paperwork?
Basically, yeah, the paperwork says give these guys whatever they want.
I hate them. They've out paperworked me, and I'm mad about it.
Yes, they out paperworked you.
They've
Absolutely.
used my tricks against me, and I'm mad about it.
Just to clarify, you want all copies and the originals of all of our photos?
Yeah.
All right. Just how do you expect us to then solve this case? Are you taking over the case from us, or are we being left in the dark here? Because we can't solve this case without any evidence.
You'll have to take that up with your superiors.
Okay.
Oh.
Thank you for cooperation, sir, ma'am. And then they just walk away.
Agents, before you head out, are you guys at all familiar with the meteor shower that happened some time ago back in West Virginia?
They're looking at each other. Can't comment on anything surrounding this case. National security. And they walk away.
As soon as the door closes, I go, I knew it!
I guess they don't want all the stuff our little friend gave us.
They don't want us to solve this case at all.
It's like they're taking it.
I don't.
They're getting into the chopper, and they're Black Hawk, and it's taking off. And while this is happening, DeLuca, your phone is ringing. Your cell phone. In 1994, you have one, and it might have coverage here-ish. I'm sure that the FBI has just set up a serious cell phone tower here for communications.
Sir?
You're answering? Yeah.
And I'm annoyed when I do it.
Yeah. Sir. You will hear a woman's voice on the other side. I hope you liked the news clippings I sent. Listen up. I got some more helpful hints. In case you hadn't noticed, those spooks in the shades and dark suits are not your friends. Now, they're only after the fake rock. If you're in their way, those badges won't protect you or the locals. What you are after came inside the rock. Don't let it get away. Click.
What?
So we're being stalked right now.
What? How did they get my number?
The
How
phone
did-
book.
No,
Do you have a blog? Do you have
DeLuca,
your phone number
No.
posted?
don't tell me you forgot that phone books exist.
the phone book has my apartment number, not the cell phone I got the government to pay for me.
Fair.
Do you have any idea what kind of paperwork I had to fill out for that?
No, that's why I don't have a phone.
Gotcha there.
And with that, my friends, I believe we will leave our bewildered FBI agents here for now and pick up things in a week from now when who knows who those men in black suits and shades were, who this mysterious woman is. Where is Santana? Is it even Santana doing these things? And where's Rocky? I think that might be the most important question right now, mightn't it? As always, follow the channel for updates to continue following the case. If you're on YouTube, click subscribe, ring the bell icon, and to talk to Acel, leave a comment in the comment section, and we will see you in a week from now.